Hi folks, and welcome to Tech with Troy. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing and first impression of a laptop that we've touted as a quick pick before on our channel, and that's the 15-inch HP laptop that has the Ryzen 2500U processor in it. Now, this machine was available on Walmart.com for $297 for a while. The price has gone up since then, but we were able to snatch one up when it was still $297, and we hope it'll go back to that price. Also, unlike some of our other first impression videos, we're actually buying this for a particular purpose. And I mentioned this in another video that I'll be posting today too, on a teardown of a defunct MSI GS60 gaming laptop to recover some parts. My son, who's going to be going by the channel name of Electroplant, has decided that he wants to do some YouTubing, as he calls it. Make a long story short, we have had a lot of discussion about what types of YouTube videos he wants to make. And it turns out that he wants to both capture gameplay on his PC and capture gameplay on our PlayStation. Now, he has the machine that you see here, which is also a 15.6-inch HP laptop. It's a couple of years old, and it was a Star Wars Special Edition. We were able to get it for a great price, and it's still a good laptop for him. Now, the types of games that he plays don't really need a lot of graphics power, Subnautica, Minecraft, things like that. But what we found is that his machine, even though it has just enough processing power for the games he likes, if you then add the overhead necessary to capture those games while you're playing them, his machine just won't cut it. And to be honest, to be fair to that laptop, lots of 2 or 3 year old laptops would have trouble handling games like Subnautica, which does have a fairly rich graphical environment. So anyways, we tried several solutions, one of which was looking at an old gaming laptop that I had, and the associated video that will be posted today goes into detail about why that's not going to work because it was broken. So we decided that we're going to go ahead and try this machine. Now, the laptop that Electroplant is going to use for capturing his videos, like I said, is going to have the Ryzen 2500U. Now, his current laptop, which he uses for schoolwork in addition to some light gaming, has a Core i5-6200U. So this is a 6th generation i5 processor. And if you just look at a comparison of the two processors, that i5 processor in the old HP laptop came out in the 4th quarter of 2015. The Ryzen 5 came out in the 4th quarter of 2017. So I'm recording this the first day of 2019. That processor is also about a year old. However, it's probably, just in terms of the processor itself, about 50% better than the i5 that he's got in his current laptop. And the main reason for that is that the current laptop has 2 cores and 4 threads. The one that we're going to be unboxing today has 4 cores and 8 threads. It operates at a higher turbo boost frequency, has more on-chip cache, so this is memory basically to speed up operations, and more importantly, it also comes with the graphics processing unit that shares the system memory with the CPU. So it's not a discrete graphics chip, but it is a better than the built-in Intel Core i5 and i7s. Even the newest generation, the 8th generation i5s, the built-in graphics there is only supposed to be about half as good as the built-in graphics for this HP laptop. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started opening it up. Now, by the way, one thing that you should definitely consider when upgrading a laptop, and I want to stress, just in case Electroplant hears this, this is not going to be just his laptop. This is going to be sort of the family laptop for making YouTube videos, because my daughters and wife are also interested in producing videos. So again, it would make sense to put the software for capturing that on one machine that's going to be available to everybody. And we do intend to have a series of videos on selecting hardware and software for making YouTube videos based upon what type of videos you want to make. Do you want to record things in real life, sort of like what this video is? Do you want to record PC games? Do you want to record Xbox, PlayStation games, and stuff like that? Now, packaging looks fairly typical HP. They always do a good job of putting this sort of semi-firm packaging material around it. It comes with a fairly small charging adapter. Sorry, what I started to say before is when you're looking at upgrading a computer, one thing that you should take into account is if the computer's for yourself or if it's for somebody else that you know, what have they been using before then? Now, Electroplant uses an HP computer. Other members of my family have also used HP computers in the past. And one thing that you'll find is that when you stay in a particular manufacturer's brand, that the feel, for instance, of the keyboard, the glossiness versus matte finish of the display and so forth, all that's going to be fairly consistent across the product line. Those things do sort of evolve over time, but I expect that when we open this up that the keyboard is going to be very familiar. Now it's not quite as fancy as the Star Wars branded laptop that Electroplant uses as his daily driver, but the keyboard is very similar to what he's used to. It does have the smaller space bar that doesn't go all the way across so as to make room for the arrow keys. I think he'll be fine with that. The function keys are a little bit small vertically, and I'll do a more in-depth review. We're actually going to do a lot of tests of this in terms of not just conventional benchmarks about how good it is for playing games, but also benchmarks for how good it is for playing games while you capture games. Because one of the things, for example, that we ran into with his 2-year-old, 3-year-old Star Wars laptop is that when we had him play a game and tried to capture it with a video, the game was fine, the audio was fine, but the video, it only captured like 1 frame every 30 seconds. So it just didn't have enough graphics processing power. My first impression actually is that this is a fairly nice laptop. I know you can't see it too well, but it has a little bit of texture to the top. It's sort of like micro perforations almost is what it feels like. You can hear it as I rub back and forth across it. It's fairly little wobble in the hinge. One thing I like to see, there is some flex in the middle when you press on the keyboard. That's pretty typical. They do have metal backing behind almost all keyboards nowadays, but still, that span, that distance is going to involve that. Comes with Ryzen branding. Let's turn it over real quick and see on the back. Yeah, if we do wind up upgrading it, that this thing does look like it has a minimal number of screws to take out. Now it's actually lighter than the one he's got, and I think one of the ways they did that, if you look here at the end, you'll see that there is an RJ45 Ethernet port, but it has this little lip that pops open to put stuff in, which means basically if you're not using it, it's going to be closed. It allows the laptop to be much thinner in that direction. In terms of ports, it has an HDMI port. Looks like it has 2 USB ports, that Ethernet port, and then the headphone adapter is on that side, along with the connection for the power charger's barrel adapter. On the other side, and this is one of the interesting things, looks like it comes with a DVD drive. So it's got apparently looks like an SD card slot, a USB port, and a DVD drive. Don't know whether it's just a reader or a reader and a writer, but a lot of people nowadays are looking, for laptops that have DVD drives in them, and they have a hard time finding it. I don't remember whether that was actually listed. Let me change over real quick to the listing on Walmart and see. It says in the specs, yep, it says optical drive DVD writer. So That's a benefit. On the back, there's nothing, and as we would expect on the front, there's nothing. But like I said, it feels pretty good. I'll boot it up, and we'll do a more in-depth review down the road. Probably a very in-depth review because, like I said, we're going to do lots of benchmarks. I also want to see, how good is this Ryzen 5's integrated graphics processor. And I'm sure a lot of you out there are interested in seeing that too. That's it for the unboxing. Like I said, it looks like a good laptop. It does definitely have webcam up top. And as always, if you've liked the video, please go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks, take care, and everybody have a wonderful 2019.